Welcome to the full moon eclipse. Tonight, we are just sitting here in peace and stillness, having cleared the distractions, arriving here in this moment to be in ceremony, nature's ceremony with the moon. I'm here on the rooftop of where I live at Warehouse Artist Lofts. It's just past 12 a.m. It is my understanding that the full moon eclipse peaks around 12:12 a.m. I thought that it was a full moon total eclipse. However, if the time is correct and it peaks at 12:12, it is definitely not a full moon eclipse. Either way, this still marks an opportunity to be present in this moment, aware of what has surfaced in life prior to this moment, the circumstances that have been before now, an area of life that has spoken loudly to you, whether it be within relationship or career or health or whatever area. There is some part of life where something has spoken to you from within. Something that calls for change, a shift. We don't always know exactly how and what needs to change. Sometimes we're just aware of a subtle sensation or subsurface thought that is calling forth a change. These moments give us an opportunity to simply be present, to listen in deep, to turn our gaze inward and down, and to look within, to feel within our heart, and to allow that subsurface thought, that sensation, to come into a deeper awareness, a more conscious awareness. One that begins to show us the steps that are before, the immediate steps before us that we can take, that will be the changes that are needed in life for us to come into living our life in a good way. Sometimes we try to force the changes. We feel frustrated about the circumstances of our life, and we go forward trying, doing, efforting all of what we think is needed to make the shift happen. But sometimes it's just not the right time yet. Sometimes it's in process. And that's okay. Sometimes we're in circumstances in life that are uncomfortable, that feel frustrating, and we're asked to simply sit present with those frustrations in acceptance. And this is one of those moments where we're given an opportunity to be fully present in acceptance. And this is where we begin here now. So at whatever point you find this video, regardless of whether it's day or night, on the full moon, the new moon, or a juncture in between, take this opportunity to sit in peace, in acceptance, with whatever is present for you now. Allowing the energy of the moon, the light of the moon that reflects the light of the sun, to illuminate for you whatever you are ready to know, without looking for anything, without trying to find anything, letting go of expectations. Trust that in time, when it is right, it will come into full awareness. Here now, be with your breath. Simply allow the breath to be natural and uncontrolled. The most potent and available ceremony that we carry with us in every moment that is sacred and divine is our breath. And allowing the breath to be natural and uncontrolled is letting go of resistance. It's allowing the life force that flows within us naturally to have full expression unobstructed. This is not the time for quickening. This is the time for slowing down. And perhaps this is not a popular space to be in as the world moves quickly. In those fast-moving moments, we miss so much beauty and so much truth. And there are times when it is important and necessary to move quickly and rapidly. Yet there are also times where it's important to slow down and to take the space, to create the space to be in simplicity. The full moon eclipse precedes the solar eclipse, which comes on April 8th. Between now and the solar eclipse, pay attention. Move through life with an awareness. Notice what surfaces without jumping forward or looking too far ahead. And when you find yourself moving too far away from the simplicity of the breath, the natural rhythm of the breath, simply return to this moment, here now, with the full moon. And give yourself this moment of peace. When we first sit down to be in peace, to be in stillness, to be in quietness, the first awareness is usually how busy our minds are, how easily we are distracted, how it's hard to sit still sometimes, how uncomfortable it feels. We start thinking of all that there is to do, all that is not working in our life. The thoughts race around, our energy races around. But it is so important to allow that energy to settle. Once it settles, we'll find a calm, peaceful space that we can rest within. Consider placing the hands on the heart. Feeling the connection of your hands on the heart. Feeling the rise and fall of the breath in the hands. There's wisdom in this connection. Truth lives within. We can go seeking answers and meaning outside of us. The point is to remember to connect with ourselves, to remember that truth lives within, that we are an expression of source. Source energy flows through us. That which we see outside of us is a reflection. It is a reflection of what we are looking at, and we have to ask, what eyes are we viewing with? Are we viewing from the eyes that doubt ourselves and have forgotten who we are as divine source energy? Or are we looking through the eyes of source? When you remember who you are, you can begin to trust yourself. You begin to trust your intuition. When you look out from doubt, it's easy to be fooled into believing something that is not true for you. When you allow yourself to come into a moment like this moment and remember yourself as a divine, whole, complete expression of source, it's easy to see an illusion, a false truth, something that is trying to skew you from what you inherently know to be true. The message here on this full moon is about disruption. This marker cautions of a shaky foundation placed on a fault line. It reminds you that shakeups are necessary when you need a wake-up call. Be diligent and alert when making decisions. Are you making decisions from a place of self-doubt? Are you making decisions quickly? Or are you allowing yourself to come into the present moment, to remember yourself as source, to ground into your truth, and allow the decision, the choice, to become crystal clear? Sometimes we set plans into action. We set goals. We plan the goals out. We have a perhaps well-defined plan. And sometimes that plan is not for our highest good. Sometimes that plan needs to change. Remember that the way of the divine is one of mystery and sometimes of chaos. Chaos can be the ultimate clearer of ways. So when something hasn't been working, when you've been trying and doing and running into obstacles and blocks, sometimes the plans have to fall apart, events come into chaos, and this sometimes is necessary, for from chaos becomes order. Disruption can bring delays and upsets. Within these are a hidden gift. There is an opportunity presented within the disruption. If you're remaining present and mindful and conscious and going at a natural, slow pace, continually doing the work to clear distractions, rather than reacting to the disruption and following a trajectory of more challenge and more delays, when the disruption appears, you can pause just like pausing between the thoughts. And it is in that space where you'll see the gift. Here now, intend to go on a path of rethinking, rebuilding, and fortifying that which was previously unstable. This will allow you to begin anew. Without this gift, you may not be adequately supported later on in your journey. Be reminded that in life, all people, places, concepts, and things are but fleeting on the path to wholeness. Only spirit is stable and eternal. That sound was an owl. This owl has been flying overhead in the light of the moon. This reminds me of a story and this story is about Pueo. Pueo is an owl, and I don't have all of the specifics of the story. However, the main message of the story is that the owl with the gift of wisdom and sight comes to be our eyes when we cannot see. We ask for guidance, to be guided through the chaos, the disruption, through the changes that are upon us, the path that we cannot see. We ask the sacred divine owl to be our eyes, to guide us. Hold firm within the heart, the understanding, the knowing that you are a divine, pure being of true source light, perfect, complete, and whole, as you are in this moment. And allow yourself to be guided in the best way, in a good way, to the best outcome for whatever change is upon you. Eclipses are about endings. So there is something that is coming to a close. And here now, regardless of whether it is known or not, what is coming to a close, allow yourself to be and take a moment of feeling into the sense of completion. Perhaps there is a pattern in your life, one that is played out many times over and over again, and you feel ready to be done with it. It may be one that you're not sure how to actually be done with it. In this moment, you can set the intention to bring it to completion. And over the next few weeks before the solar eclipse, tune in, listen deep, and feel into what is before you that are the steps that will carry you to full completion. Whatever it will take to come into that place where you feel like you've closed a particular chapter of your life, where perhaps the burdens feel like they've been lifted, where you're inspired by something new, and it did not come from force or efforting. It came through you, just as simply as your breath naturally moves through you. With that, I bring this full moon natural ceremony to a close, giving thanks for the light of the moon, the owl that blessed this space, the divine message that came through, and this moment to be in peace, to be without distractions, to slow down, and to deeply listen. May this eclipse portal that we have entered into be for your highest good. May you be aligned with your highest vibrational contracts. May you step into yourself as the perfect, whole, complete expression of a source being that you are. And may you walk forward in a good way. May you find your way to living your best life. Thank you, peace, and blessings. Sweet dreams.